Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel CKR Soft. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to use volatile in C language. In our previous video, we discussed about scope of the variable, how to declare a variable, how to use the data type. All those things we discussed in our previous video. I have mentioned the link in the description. You can watch it. As a programmer, why we should understand about volatile? As a programmer, when you are actually working with the hardware or especially in embedded system, then the volatile keyword is very important one, and every programmer should have an understanding about it. But volatile will be used in many places, but when you are really interacting with the hardware like Arduino board or ESP32 or in a real embedded system, then in these all are the cases, volatile will be most used one. Okay, now we will see about what is volatile and why we need to use volatile. First, volatile is a keyword and it just giving the hint to the compiler. Just say that wherever I am present, wherever I am noticing the variable, just prevent your optimization. Because the value of the particular variable can change as any part of the program. Or external hardware might be changed anywhere else in the program. So that's the reason we are using a volatile. So just volatile just giving the hint to the compiler just to say that no need to do any optimization for a particular variable. How to use volatile, how to do the syntax declaration. If you see here, it's a very simple one. Here I use the word keyword called volatile, data type, and variable name. You can use volatile for integer to pointer or whatever the place you want, you can use it. Or you can declare with volatile data type or data type with volatile. Everything is allowed in C language. First, we can understand with a simple program. I really don't want to complex you with external hardware, how it is interacting or memory mapper related things. I really don't want to confuse the reader. So just that's the reason I'm coming up with a very simple program. So if you see here, I'm just coming up with a without volatile. I have declared the variable. It's a global variable and I have a loop function and it's a simple example from Arduino program. That's why you are seeing setup and loop. And here I have another function called ISR0. So the global variable, I am just declaring inside the loop. That means I'm giving the definition here, value equal to 1. And here 1 plus 1, then sum will become 2. But you can imagine whenever the loop is getting called, in between at the same time, if somebody called ISR0, then at the value of this particular variable will become 5. So then some value will get changed to 6. So this will become or this will create a data inconsistency. Think about now when you are having a global variable and the same variable getting modified in another function, but we are as a programmer we doesn't know that when the ISR0 will get triggered or when will get called. How we can really solve this problem in C programming or when you are working with the embedded system. So that's exactly we have to use the volatile. So what this volatile keyword will inform to the compiler is, as we see now, it just will inform to the compiler is don't optimize it. Because when we are using a volatile, we always want to read the current value. So when you are using a volatile, the data will get stored in the RAM. Then the current value will get fetched. So if you see the rest, everything is same. Only the difference between these two program is where I have used the volatile keyword. So it's a very simple example. You can understand in a way how exactly volatile will be useful when you are going to work with the embedded system. Why I am saying mostly embedded system is you already know that embedded system is a combination of hardware and software. So when we are working with the external hardware, whenever the button pressed, then at the time the value is getting changed. For all those cases, volatile keyword will be a must used one. And another example is when you are working in automotive electronics, when you are doing a configuration, the RTE sometimes will create a keyword with volatile. That's everything. There is a reason. So you can take example as with ISR or shared variable. In all those cases, volatile is a preferred one and it's a recommended one. But everything will be decided based on your requirement and how you really want to do the programming. Now we will see about it why we need to use a volatile. The first one is, as I said, memory mapped IO. So when we are working with the external hardware or hardware register, so the particular value will get changed at any time without the program directly modifying it. In these cases, volatile is recommended. You can see the example here, just declared with volatile integer. It's a pointer variable, status register. Just we are assigning the value or address there. So in the cases, volatile is preferred. And another case is when we are using a shared variable in multi-thread program. You can imagine you have a two threads. Between two threads, you want to use the same variable. Then in the cases, volatile is preferred. The reason is you want to have the current value. You want to avoid the data inconsistency. That's the reason we are preferring volatile there. Next one is very famous one is ISR, interrupt service routine. As we have seen now, the example program, the same like here. So whenever where you want to exchange a variable between ISR or the ISR will get called and at the time the ISR will change the value of the variable, then in the cases we have to use a volatile. The reason is, as I mentioned, volatile is just going to give the hint to the compiler just to say that don't do any optimization for the particular variable because it will get changed at any part of the code. That's the reason we have to use volatile. Now, how exactly volatile works? So without volatile, compiler will go for a optimization. The reason is in embedded system or embedded controller or whatever the Arduino or ESP32 kind of board, we have a very less internal flash memory. So we want to do the optimization to store all the codes in a proper way. So that's the way we have a smart compiler these days. So without volatile, compiler may optimize the code in a way catches the value of the variable in a register because in C language or in embedded world we can store the particular variable to in cache or in RAM or in register. So now if you want to read the proper value or the current value, then we have to store the data inside the RAM. And because of this, that means without volatile, the compiler will optimize a code and the catches the value in a variable in a register, for that eliminating a unnecessary memory access. This can be a problematic one. That's the reason we have to use a volatile. So with volatile, compiler is forced to read the variable from memory every time it is accessed. So this will avoid the optimization that could result in a proper data. So this is the way volatile is actually works. Now, when to avoid using a volatile? Because we are telling now we are coming up with the example and saying that volatile keyword is must one when we are working with the embedded system. All those things are fine. But do we need to use volatile every time whenever we are doing a program? No. So volatile, you have to very carefully handle it when you are doing a program. So you have to carefully use volatile for a particular variable where is exactly getting changed any part of the code or any part of the program. You should not declare with volatile for whatever the variable you are declaring. Then what will happen is completely compiler will skip the optimization. So this will lead to again a data inconsistency, or it will create another problem, or it will create another consequences. So that is the reason we have to use volatile very properly. So always consider that you have to use a volatile in ISR or shared resources or shared variable, or whenever you are related with the memory IO, or if you feel external hardware will change the value of the variable. In all those things you can prefer the volatile. Now, we are discussing about volatile is must one and volatile can be used everywhere. So do we have any other cases? Can we go for anything else alternative to volatile? Yes. The very famous one is synchronization mechanism. So synchronization mechanism is like mutex, semaphore, or condition variable. You might hear about it whenever you are doing a very critical task. We used to have a mutex, semaphore, all those things, and spin lock too. So in these cases, we can use instead of using volatile, we can prefer the other method too. And you can use a memory barrier. So when you want to certain memory operations should be in a ordered in a specific way, then you can go with the memory barrier. Or you can come up with when you want to use a shared variable or shared resources related concept, you can prefer the atomic operations too. So we have other methods also to instead of using volatile, but it's again depends on your requirement or depends on your purpose. You can choose which method you want to prefer. I hope you have a clear idea about why we need to use volatile, what's the purpose we are using volatile. So now from this video, you will come to know about it. Volatile will be used whenever you want to, whenever you don't want to do the optimization for the particular variable. And you want to ensure the correct behavior when you are interacting with the hardware. That's why I mentioned about Arduino or ESP32 or STM, any kind of microcontroller or microprocessor boards. When you are working with external switches and other things, then in the cases, volatile is a must used and recommended one. To make sure that program always it's the most current value variable from memory instead of from cache or optimized version, then you can use a volatile. I hope you have a clear idea about how to use volatile and all those things. So if you have any comments or any doubts, just you can mention it in our comment. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. Want to stay with us for more technical content? Then please subscribe our channel. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.